Louisa took on King George out in King George County. Justin, I know you were at this game. Why was the headline not Louisa gets the job done?
Because we pay our headline writers more than we pay you, I think is the answer. But you talk about, we've been talking about teams and finding their identity. I think Louisa has certainly over the last 2 weeks found their identity. His name is Job Whalen. You know, he's playing sort of this tailback thing in this pistol single wing thing they've got going on. And he's had 82 carries over the last 2 games. And this week, of course, 42 carries for 238 yards rushing, scored a pair of touchdowns. They handed it to him, they handed it to him, they handed it to him again, then they handed it to him, and then they handed it to him again. He got the job done.
Got the job done. Does he play defense as well?
Yeah, I look for him over there. He's a heck of an athlete. You figure they probably in a key spot would find a spot for him, yeah.
Okay. Jordan Cherry with 6 carries and a touchdown rushing, also a touchdown passing for Louisa. Marquise Lee had 5 receptions and that touchdown catch.
And Lee is worth note. You know, he's a big, tall kid, good-looking receiver. Caught a couple really nice key passes for Louisa to keep drives moving or sort of spark drives. You know, he's big and tall, and Louisa gets this little bootleg thing working with him running and out, and it's an easy pitch and catch for Cherry. I think they've really simplified. They're going to hand it to Whalen a lot, and they're going to just do the easy things and make plays easy for Jordan Cherry. And if they can avoid mistakes, Louisa is a team that's going to turn it around. They're not a 1-2 team. They're much better than that.
Well, they are a 1-2 team, but they're better than their record indicates, is what you're trying to say there. They'll get a chance to demonstrate that against Albemarle coming up on Thursday. That might be a challenging test for them.
It's a good tester.
It'll be a good test. Meanwhile, how do you feel about King George? I mean, they fall to 1-3 now. They've got to go down to the Portsmouth area this coming week. Yeah, Foxes may be struggling.
King George 1-3, but I think the 1-3, you know, we talk about like Riverbend being 1-3 and so on. You know, King George has run into Liberty, who I think is a quality opponent. You know, they ran into Essex. That's maybe one of the best Essex teams I think I've seen. Essex looked really good against King George this year. And of course, Louisa, you know, had the thing with Whalen. You know, King George is like Louisa. They're going to try to simplify. They're going to, if they don't make a lot of mistakes, turn the ball over. They've got winnable games on their schedule. IC Norcom. That's going to be a tough trip.
Yeah, no doubt. Okay. Well, Louisa with the 36-26 victory over King George.